All right, I'm here with the Nicholases, and we want you to hear about what the amazing things they are doing with speech and debate and have been doing for how many years?
Over 40.
Over 40 years. For some of you aren't even 40 years old, but we've been doing this a long time. You've had a lot of great years, right? So tell us a little bit about, maybe let's start with some of the accomplishments this year.
Sure.
This year has ended, is it right?
Right, we
for
are
the
done,
main part.
except for nationals
Okay.
in the summer, but we're done as far as the school year is concerned, yes.
So how many of our kids are going to nationals?
I think we have 4 who qualified in main events, and then we have 5 that are going what they call world schools, which is a team that they'll work together as a team.
Neat.
And then we have 2 that are going in supplemental.
What do they have to do in order to go to national?
They had to qualify at the regional competition. We competed primarily against Riverside High School, a big 5A school here in town, and our kids competed in head-to-head rounds with them and won their placements. The 5 kids that were chosen for the World Schools team were chosen by me, and they're former debaters, and will compete and represent South Carolina as one of the 2 teams that's going.
Wow, that's great. So what events do they compete in speech and debate? Obviously, debate.
Right. So Lincoln Douglas debate, and then World Schools is the other one he was talking about. And then what the kids are going to nationals will be informative speaking and humorous interpretation. And then we'll have some kids doing some supplemental events like expository speaking, which is speech they write themselves, or prose or poetry or storytelling.
Well, Jeff will give winners every week, and you guys are out pretty much a lot of weekends, right? So you start
About
back
15 out of the school year.
15
7
weekends.
one semester, 8 the next semester. We compete for the state championships as well. And one noteworthy accomplishment, for the very first time, we have a student of the year who's in running for the national student of the year.
Wow.
And that's Madigan Lawler, on
Yeah.
the basis of his work in speech and debate and in the community. So
Right.
we're excited about that.
He's a Lincoln Douglas debater.
Yes, and he's undefeated this school year.
That's why
He's
I
not
keep seeing his
lost
name
around,
as
yes,
number
he has
one.
not
number
lost
one.
around.
And
then he got the student of the year, and it's kind of neat when he got the student of the year, because we had to nominate him, which we very easy pick to pick Madigan, and then we had some different other coaches read the nominations, and Madigan was chosen as the winner. But I'm telling you, when we announced his name at the awards program, it wasn't just our kids cheering for him. He is so well respected by other schools and students and coaches that the place just erupted in cheers for him, and it was exciting to see that.
One of the newest things we've developed this year is the mock trial team in the middle school also had a competitive speech class, and we were able to take those kids, the 14 of them, to local tournaments, and we ended up with 2 state finalists or state champions in middle school, one in declamation and one in storytelling.
Wow.
So that's another exciting opportunity, because mock trial on middle school level is just 1 semester. In the high school, it's both semesters, but it's extracurricular. But as a curricular class, we kept those kids and enabled them to get a foothold in the speech and debate team for next year, we hope.
And tell me about mock trial. This was a great year as well, and we were this close, I heard, to
For the
knock
second year
him
in a
off.
row, the middle school team ended up second in the state overall, and that's the 3rd time we've been second. We're always a bridesmaid, never a bride, and that was very close. And so our goal as the high school team was to not be second place, but to be state champions like we were the year before. And we ended up in second place as well, but it was a very competitive round against our arch rival, Strong Thurmond, which is a big public school.
And it was actually a tie. It was 7 votes, 7 to 7 ballot-wise, but then they broke it on what they call speaker points, and that pulled the other team ahead for some reason.
Yeah. You mentioned Madigan's relationship with others, but it's all the team, right? And
Yes.
tell us about that. So when they go to the tournaments, you really emphasize them being a testimony and representing the Lord, first of all, but obviously our school.
Right.
So
We talk about wood, hay, and stubble, which is nothing but the awards, but the opportunity to either practice or to build bridges to talk to other people. And just in the recent middle school chapel, we had some of our graduates talk about the fact that it's a great opportunity to learn how to share your faith. And like 1 Peter talks about, be ready to give an answer to the hope that lies within you. A lot of these kids said we would never have these friends or acquaintances or relationships, but it's been exciting to see the kids become more and more evangelistic oriented, rather than here's a tract or whatever. Let's talk about things. Why do you believe what you believe? Why do you go to that school? Why do you follow Christ? And to me, it's like clipping coupons off $1 million bonds, as Dr. Bob Sr. used to say.
Yeah. Well, eternity, doing something for eternity, eternifying the moment. Yeah, it's not just about competition, getting,
Correct.
awards and more trophies, which we get those, but those burn up in the end.
And it's also a socialization. All right.
Yeah.
You can be very provincial, thinking I'm really good in this little pond here, but by going to other states and competing against other private and public schools, our kids get an idea, an understanding of, wow, either we have something or we need to get better in order to do our best for the Lord and for our parents and for our school and for the Knicks as well.
Yeah,
Okay, let's not
well, and we have a Hall of Famer in our midst,
Yes,
is that right?
and a 6-diamond Hall of Famer.
Diamond Hall of Fame. What does that mean?
That
means
means
we're
you've
old.
been.
It means we're
You're
old.
old. We've been doing this a long time. We get a percentage of the points, and it represents over 30 years of coaching and getting points. And I also have 6 diamonds, but I am not in the Hall of Fame for some reason.
And this is the National Hall of
Right,
Fame.
this is the National Hall of Fame, right,
the
right.
United States
Right.
Speech and Debate Association,
Right.
correct?
Exactly.
And so,
Exactly.
And it's celebrated its 99th year, so she follows in a long line of Hall of Fame individuals, started with Bruno Jacob, the founder of our organization.
wow. We are so thankful for both of you and your investment. It's a lot of times it's behind the scenes. That's why we're trying to do this interview, so we can get it out in front and people to see. So if a parent says, wow, I want my kid to, instead of being where they are, how do we push them to more? How do they get involved, and at what levels can they enter into mock trial? It starts in middle school, I guess. Is that right?
It does start in middle school, but high school students are welcome to try out. To be on the mock trial team, you have to do speech and debate. And speech and debate will have a camp at the
In August.
In August, which is after in the evening hours on 3 nights, and that will introduce them to it. It's a free camp, and we also feed the kids, which is also another incentive where we expose them to the various activities. It's primarily an extracurricular activity, but we encourage children to take the class because then they get me, and we can work a lot harder in class so they don't have to practice at lunchtime or after school or during their free periods. The neat thing, in music, they have to charge for the lessons, but we're inexpensive. We're free. We're free.
Private lessons, basically.
Private
is what we
lessons
give
is
them,
what
yeah.
we give them.
That's right.
And we also
require
have
them, yeah.
additional people, and we're so thankful for the parents.
Yep.
Within
Yes.
the last 5 years, parents have just, I feel as old as Moses driving the bus and running tournaments and coaching as long as, but they've come up and helped us raise our arms.
And you need those parents for judges
Yes, we
at
do.
every
Yes,
competition,
we do.
right?
We-
And maybe even
Yes.
non-parents, if somebody
Yes.
debated in high school, they would be a perfect person,
It's-
or not.
In sports, you pay a fee and they hire referees. We just use pro bono, free judges.
Which all the schools have to do. We have a
They have to
requirement,
provide.
so many entries, so many judges also have to come with you.
Yep.
But I just want to say a thank you to our parents because they have been fabulous. That we have parents who come and coach. We have parents who bring us food every week for our team meeting. See, they get
Very
free
important,
food,
very
free
important.
food, yes.
An army
Yes.
marches on its stomach,
Yes,
which is an odd
exactly.
picture, but
Exactly.
anyways.
But they go and judge for us, and it's just, they're so supportive and so encouraging to us. And so I just want to say a big thank you
Yep.
to our parents. They've been wonderful.
Well, you are out there leading us, and we want to support you and encourage you and build it as well. So thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your
Thank you.
investment,
Yes.
weekend after weekend, and the finals are in the summertime, right?
Yes,
It's
in June.
Phoenix?
No, that was last year.
Oh,
We went to Des Moines, Iowa.
Hey,
Land
I'm
of
a Midwestern.
Getting closer to Nebraska.
That's right. That's
Corn
my
and
stomping
pigs.
ground.
Yes, yes.
All right. Well, you can get some good fresh corn out there, I'll bet.
Yes.
Yes.
To put in the stomach.
How
so
about a good
everybody's-
fresh steak? That's what I'm
Oh,
thinking.
there you go.
Iowa.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Well, good. Well, thank you so much for what you're
Thank
doing.
you.
We love you, and we're so proud of the team and your work with it. So thanks for doing that. And if you have any questions at all about speech and debate, I know that the Nicholases would love to talk with you individually and come see us. This is one of the big
C.
things we
Nichols at Bob Jones Academy. G. Nichols at Bob Jones Academy.
We'll put it on the slide so people can see
Thank
it.
you.
That'll
Thank
make it
you.
easier. All right. Thanks so much
Good.
for the
Thank you.
time. What a great talking with you.
Thank you.
appreciate it.